Hardcore does not forgive. One mistake, one weakness, and the fire takes everything. This is the story of a warrior who rose through blood and iron, who carried flame into the dark, and who was consumed by the very fire he wielded. It began at the riverbank, as all things do, the tide washing over the dead. The bloated miller rose from the muck, the first to fall beneath my slam. From there, the Clearfell encampment. A pause, a breath, the promise of sanctuary before the hunt resumed. In Clearfell, Bera of the Rotten Pack circled like a wolf at my heels. Her lesson was to never linger too long. The Devourer struck from below.
Corruption has twisted it into a nightmare.
Teaching patience and watchfulness. Arachne, the Forgotten Witch, filled the shadows with lightning, reminding me that every exile carries storms of their own. Jerung the Bramblegast walled the path with thorns, forcing me to carve through. And the Rust King, his veil was an ossuary of iron. One mistake among his obelisks, and I would have joined the dead. Still I pressed deeper. In the grim tangle, Urvig, the rotten druid, twisted the forest into his own decay. In the Cemetery of Eternals, Acinia and Draven, consorts bound in undeaths, rose with Lachlan the Lost to bar my path. In the hunting grounds, the crowbell shrieked its final cry. And in the mists of Freythorn, a king reigned only long enough to lose his crown.
The Wildwood's power is mine. Hammer and anvil.
The executioner fell where he stood, a blade stilled mid-swing.
Take their head, or I take yours. Time is up.
Candlemas burned bright, a false light in the halls of the manor. And then Count Gianor, Lord, ruler of Act 1. When his body fell, so too did the curtain. A chapter ended, a harsher one began. The Vestiri outskirts greeted me with stone and ash. Wrathbreaker struck with shattering force, but even he could not stop the advance. Then came the mines, a place of fire and iron, a place where I hesitated too long outside the gate, staring into the dark. My fire resistance was low. I knew it. I thought I could endure. And so I stepped inside. Rudja waited in the black, the Dread Engineer. I placed my totems, readied my slam. The ground quaked beneath. The fight began. And then, fire. A jet of flame rose through steel and flesh alike. In less than 3 seconds, my warrior was ash. Bira taught me the circle, Aragni, the lightning, Bramblegast, the walls, the Rust King, the iron. Each boss had been a lesson, a reminder. But Rudja didn't teach. She executed. In hardcore, you don't always walk away wiser. Sometimes you don't walk away at all. This was the fire that burned too fast and too bright. Another exile fallen, another tale ended. But the story remains, and so does the hunt.